Also bringing in that Freddy into the EXP lane after we haven't been seeing it there for a long time. Leave it to the aliens to just come up with something completely out of the blue like this.
Here as well, though, we're gonna take a look at how the early game is going to play out, because Hayabusa, sure, very strong hero. He went for the high and dry, going to be able to put some killing pressure and grab a few kills, just like you guys can grab the discount code 26,000 IDR with grb.to/MPL. But Alter Ego have a lot to say now with a mid control and a stronger presence in the jungle when it comes to clearing waves or camps up. Kids has a better time here, but Albert jumps in with the quad shadow still, not really respecting the early game presence of the Martis, as he hasn't hit that level 4 just yet. And in the top side, as expected, it is going to be the laning that's pretty alright for the Claude. Clay going to be engaged on here. Clay is going to fall to the hands of Pi, who is able to claim the first blood, but Albert jumps in again. Still level 3. That's the petrified Pi, able to outplay unlike game number 1. And you can see it happen here. Alter Ego forcing RRQ to back away, and Kids 1 level ahead of Albert.
So I think that's a good trade for Alter Ego. They burned the Purify from Clay, and in the end they also got a kill. Uriel is in trouble. Yep, another kill for Albert in the back. 2-0 so far, a pretty good start for Albert.
It's a very good start, and considering who it is, Albert on the Hayabusa, this is dangerous because Alter Ego wants to go for those pickoffs, but against a Hayabusa, that Shadow Kill can buy so much time, and we know what Albert can do on this hero if he's not shut down in the early game. With that pressure though, Alter Ego will go for the neutral objective contest, knowing that they have more fighters, more tools available, and RRQ will smartly leave it behind and wait for the right power spikes.
We're gonna see how this plays out early on, man, because again, it's still so back and forth. It should be Alter Ego who have more to say early on, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. But RRQ with 2 kills on and a little bit of a goal lead building up for themselves, it's pretty good for them. Vin gonna be able to find the wild charges. The Petrify wasn't really able to finish Vin up, and again, these attempts of the pickoffs happening from Alter Ego haven't really been too successful. We've seen it in game 1 and now in game 2.
But it's still a small trade, a small good trade. Vin has to go back with the Grok. And right now, they already burned the wild charge too, even though it also trades with the wild wave. But I just want to say, like, Vin, what is his job test in early game as a roamer? Like, when you see this roamer fighting it out, it's Kadira and Grok. There's not much going on.
I think it's all about whether or not Vin can find information and avoid getting picked off. Like earlier, he very intelligently saves out the first skill for the crowd control immunity, and he was able to escape with his life. But now there's going to be a bit of a 1v1 situation here. Rasi is a lot more proactive with this Kadita, and it's definitely an issue for RRQ because the Blessing of the Ocean just allows him to be a lot more careless in the early game. But if he maintains the same kind of playstyle later on, with Clay having a lot of burst damage, that will be dangerous. So they have to try and adapt according to the clock in the game.
Yeah, after the item check earlier, Skylar just, after the still let's straight away to Demon Hunter Sword, and we're gonna see Talon's prediction by it's gonna be Alter Ego 4 to RQ's 2.
Me and Ranger Amas, the Gold Ranger in the Indonesian desk, we're going for RRQ right here because, well, I'm slightly biased, I'll have full disclosure, but I do think that they have the tools available to try and outmaneuver Alter Ego here. And look at that, Uriel getting bursted down.
Oh, has the black shoes though. It's all good for him. Kids already putting the pressure down. His Vin is going to be taken low. Decimate finds the kill. Back hits, is able to steal the purple buff away. Lemon now jumping onto Rasi as Kids is able to disengage for now, but this is what Alter Ego's comp was made for. The bottom side with Pi in the winning lane, the mid control, and Kids on a hero like the Martis, who clears extremely fast. One of the fastest clearers in the game. They have so much more pressure to play with, and they're absolutely utilizing it here in the 4th minute of the game. They just need to utilize it a bit more later.
Keep in mind that the gold lane, though, for the side of for RRQ, Skylar has not been exactly touched, and we've seen this playstyle, right? The gold lanes farming up, and out of nowhere, just carrying the game in the mid game. Look at the player gold by UBS gold. It's still Skylar on top right there. So that is something that Alter Ego might try and mitigate once they have a bit more of a snowball. Because right now they have even number of kills, and they have 1 kill onto Vin. It's not exactly the right target, but look at Rasi waiting for a play.
Okay, on to the back. Skylar with Purify again, untargetable. Wild charge onto Kids, stopping the gank from happening. It's RRQ this time with a proactive move, but Alter Ego with a proper reaction.
Yep. But it's a 4-3-3, definitely RRQ winning out that. Not much of the trade basically, but they gain more creeps in the mid lane. But Rizal is still trying to flank here.
Whoa, very aggressive here, forcing the Blazing Duet out, also flickering out himself. Again, a little bit of a miscalculation there. I don't think it was necessary. The Feather Airstrike was popped in while Charge was on cooldown from the fight prior, but it's just safety.
It's just safety, and for the emblems right here, you look for RRQ, it's all about that movement speed, right? All of them will need to try and kite back away from the danger coming in from Alter Ego Esport, or go in aggressively as Albert dodges away with the Quad Shadow, and Rossi is now stuck in a weird spot. The Feather Airstrike is being used, but it might be a bit premature, and for both teams, there's still nothing going on, but you can see that Alter Ego, they do feel that urgency, and in that EXP lane, somehow Lemon is still holding his own against Sorpai himself on that Yutong.
I want to go back to the point you made earlier, Rashi. Like you said that definitely Skylar is untouched, but you gotta look at it both ways. It's a carry, even though it's nerfed, it's still gonna hit like a truck in the late game. We know that this hero can deal a lot, especially with Benicuri dominating the M4. A bit of nerf, I don't think it's gonna change much.
Well, if it's a front to back, I think the carry will be able to do a lot more damage, but keep in mind, there's a lot of AoE, a lot of Blazing Duets, and the Feather Airstrike as well.
Black Dragon form forced out of Pi, and Rough Waves as well in the back line. Skylar's gonna be caught in the Petrify, and that's gonna be Pi jumping into the first dive, forcing the Blazing Duet out. Albert backing off, Turtle slain once again by Alter Ego with a bit more pressure to play with. It's 3 turtles over to AE, but RRQ, look at the gold lead. It's only 500 despite 3 more objectives.
Yeah, RRQ has been known to kind of handle this kind of gold difference really, really well. Even though they already Alter Ego take the turret with ease, not much of a retaliation there, but RRQ is still in the game so far.
They're definitely still waiting for the right opportunity there, and this patient I think is very admirable, because right now it's just dangerous for them to try and go for these gambles. They're just waiting for the power spikes, waiting for items that can counter the burst damage, the pick-off playstyle. But for now, it seems like they're still trying to go for some turret advantage as well. So I think given what they have, given the hand that they are dealt, they're doing just fine. And Rossi on this Kadita has been proactive, but you do see that he doesn't seem that comfortable. He hasn't been as deadly or as accurate with these big combos that really could be the deciding factor on who comes out on top here.
Look at the goal differences here for both of the teams. You can see, even though Alter Ego have a 400 gold lead, the way it's placed, that Skylar is still having a little bit of a gold lead. It's just basically even as they're looking for a gank here. Wild Charge canceling the Black Dragon form. Wow! Good timing by Vin with his conceal and flicker.
You hate to see it, man. You hate to see it as a usual, man. I kind of feel that sometimes you just don't really have enough reaction time to react to that, especially with the flicker. You don't really expect that too much. And they're going to go in the bot lane.
Okay, Kids again trying his best to just, you know, get the wave out of here, but with Vin there, they're going to be able to find the turret anyways. Alter Ego, their best answer is to trade, and that's exactly what Rizal was able to do up top.
Well, you would think that for Alter Ego, they want to be the ones more aggressive, but now it's at 9 minutes. It's getting closer and closer, and without a significant gold lead, now you see RRQ pulling the trigger on a lot more risky plays. So that trade, I still think, benefits RRQ to a degree, because if this goes to the late game, Claude and Carry both do a lot of damage, but Claude does it to everyone at the same time, and they have the Farsa that can really counter Rizal later on. So I think if Alter Ego doesn't really get pressure onto Clay or Skylar, it's going to be very difficult right now.
So far in terms of map control and brush control, RRQ has been, pretty... Oh my god, Rossi with Rough Waves!
Oh, Clay is down. Rizal picks up the kill. The Purify wasn't enough in that position just to get out. Here, it's still a kill over, but RRQ have managed the waves in a way where they can actually withstand the Lord take, even though they're 1 man down.
And they're trying to bait it out so the Lord can reset. That's another time burn. Oh my god. Come on now, that's just rude.
They're wasting so much time right here. And for RRQ, like we said, they have the advantage in range, so Alter Ego did a very great job picking off Clay. And like I mentioned, you can have the Purify, but if there's too much burst damage, you cannot Purify death. So with a 1 man down for a while, RRQ managed to stall for long enough, so Alter Ego failed to capitalize, and I think if they really want to pressure, they have to start in that far side of the map, away from the Lord, because I think Lemon has been doing a great job just pressuring, making sure that Alter Ego is constantly guessing what to do right here. Guessing where are the members from RRQ.
Flicker wild charge, you pop out on the map and you instantly get slain as Albert comes back to the quad shadow now in the Black Dragon form by Pi against everyone. He goes for the Petrify, but a wind of nature from Skylar will say no. The physical damage will not go through. Udo with the black shoes just right into the Appraiser's Wrath. He's still able to get out of shutdown even as the Kage shows why he is indeed a Kage. Ryzel steps back in and it's a double kill for Alter Ego.
What just happened? Everything was going so well for RRQ. They get the kill, they get the pick off onto Kids, and that's a really perfect window for them to take the Lord. But in the end, Odil making the changes here.
They are just way too overzealous right there, going in, chasing for more kills. They forgot that in side lanes, in the back line, Rasi and Ryzel were in position and they went for it. Udil was able to survive with his life as well, and now Clay tries to deny the Lord, but it won't be enough.
Ooh, close one there, but Kids is able to secure it with the Retribution. Lord's Lane presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy S23 5G, and this is where Alter Ego can utilize the snowball finally in the 11th minute, trying to look for more. Even Rasi is positioning very aggressively over there.
And this might be the solution for Alter Ego, just counter-engage, counter-engage, counter-engage. You don't only have a lot of bush control, especially when you have a Grok and you have a Fredrin on the opposing side of a lineup. You have a Kadira as a roamer, which is very, very squishy. It's hard to actually open the map. Like, the solution is just retaliate when they actually go in. Just erase the resources from RRQ and just Black Dragon form, everything just going in.
Look at the items right here for both the gold laners. Ryzel has a lot more damage with the Corrosion Scythe and the core DHS and Golden Staff. And with this Wind of Nature, that means that the burst potential from Skylar and Albert gets nullified. But look at those moves, man. Baiting out the rough waves coming in from Rossi. He has a lot of damage, but he has to be very careful.
Udil again, 1 HP. He always is able to do this game somehow. It's Ryzel. Whoa, what was that? Was he invisible on your screen, Zoo?
Invis carry, yeah,
Black
it
Dragon
is.
form, now to Petrify. Clay is going to be caught. Skylar is taken down by Ryzel again. Pi was able to isolate Skylar under the turret for the rest of Alter Ego to take, and this is the very ultra-aggressive Alter Ego that we all know and love.
But the Lord is gone for Alter Ego. They only have... They can't utilize it, even though they have a kill just now. It's interesting how RRQ just managing all the resources, even though they are behind.
Now Vin is trying to find information. He's going to find Rossi, but Albert is the one they target now.
Rough waves over there. Lemon still able to soak in the damage. Rossi will be forced to back away with the poke coming in from the side of the Feather Airstrike. The purple buff is stolen away by Kids also. So again, it's just Alter Ego. 3.3k gold lead, utilizing the Lord properly to invade the enemy jungle even more and to put more pressure on RRQ.
Good idea just now, but the thing is, Ryzel didn't go in the deep fight. I don't know what's going on with that. Probably miscom. Even though Rossi gets the perfect rough race onto Lemon, maybe that's not really the target that Ryzel wants to go for, but maybe zone out by Feather Extra. I don't know. But I think that's a missed opportunity for Alter Ego.
Well, with 3k gold ahead right now they finally have the resources to make a play, but look at that. It's going to be a play made by RRQ. They get out, they zone with the Feather Airstrike, but look at Pi.
Black Dragon form, Petrify on the 3. Not enough just yet. RRQ is still able to disengage. Furious dive onto the back line as Pi is going to be able to dive in all the way. It's a 1v5, and it might just be a mistake as Albert picks up the scraps, goes back onto Kids. He's still way too tanky, and Kids has taken his purple buff. No more resources to play with, but RRQ are still looking for something here. Vin has opened up that part of the map. Skylar's still going for the chase, has the corrosive side, so it is slowing Kids down slowly but surely. Mid lane going to be pushed down as well, as that's going to be the first tier 1 turret in the mid lane taken out. Lemon, look at how he's positioning. He's trying to zone Alter Ego away from the Lord. They're trying to force it now that they have a man advantage. Maybe even forcing a fight here. Kids, again, trying to open up the map, goes in for the anti-CC, spots Albert out, quad shadow back and forth. Skylar's gonna be caught. No, oh my goodness, he is still able to escape, and it's Kids who falls in for their airstrike. That is the shadow kill back, but Ryzel picks up another Udil as well with Rossi, takes Albert down. Vin is forced to flicker out. Ryzel is all alone, is able to dash away. Alter Ego still holding on to the gold lead as Pi comes back in with a Black Dragon form now, hunting Clay down. There is no escape for Clay, but Skylar will be able to trade it back for Udil on the back line. A good trade over. Finn with the wall, Pi with a kill, Skylar with a reset on the Lord.
Oh my goodness. Action pack all over the place so far. Alter Ego, a good, again, re-engage after the resources are burned. And right now they're trying to take the Lord without retribution so far. This is going to be risky for them and both RRQ.
I think RRQ now needs to play a bit more reactive. They have to try and see where Ryzel is before the fight even begins, because he is an absolute menace right here, playing cleanup crew for Alter Ego. They were trying to engage on the Lord, pressure first, and Alter Ego are the ones that can see everyone, see all the threats, and make a very good judgment on when and how to approach the fight. If the tables are turned, I think RRQ will have a lot more chances to just surprise Alter Ego and pick him off with the burst out of nowhere. Because right now, with the Wind of Nature, with Athena on Ryzel, and with Udil having the black shoes, you do see that RRQ, they struggle to actually secure and actually take out the members of Alter Ego for good before they can get the neutral objectives.
Almost 2k gold lead here for Alter Ego Esports, but it looks like they're the one on the back foot here, already losing the bush control, but it makes sense. You have a Grok on your opposing team, but oh my god! Scholar is very, very aggressive with the PMI, just get away and trying to recall to get some mana back.
Oh, what happened there again? Like we mentioned, that late game presence of the carry, even Vin gets shredded like that, forced to use the wild charge defensively, and that's a resource that Alter Ego might just use to actually start the Lord, and that's exactly what they do, but Ryzel is all the way down. What are they looking for now?
Yeah, they're definitely looking for, this is strategy that Blacklist usually use, an off-lane pick-off, but right now, they're reading it well. There's no one clearing on the bot side. RRQ read that perfectly.
But for RRQ, there's no reason right now because the wave is in a balanced position, so they maintain their control over the Lord, and they don't really send anyone in a very careless fashion, because I think they understand that that is a strat that a lot of teams have been picking up, right? Pretend like you're dancing around the Lord and go for a pickup on the other side instead. So now we can see that it's taken very, very low, but RRQ, they will not be able to find anything just yet. So both teams just trying to flex their macro gameplay. And I must say that in a full-blown team fight, having a carry and a Lilia in the late game, Alter Ego definitely have the edge unless RRQ can start the fight on an advantage, right? If they can get one pick off first, I think that's the only time they can actually risk going for a fight.
Clay, petrified, purifies away with Wings by Wings as well. He's able to get out, but he's going to be burned down! Rossi falls, but it's only the Roamer traded in for the mid lane. Alter Ego with a man advantage now.
And especially when you don't have the Farsa, it's a really perfect time for this carry to go crazy. And he also picks up the Windtalker. This is the best time for Alter Ego Esports to contest the Lord. And RRQ doesn't want to let it go just yet.
Oh, it's a wild charge out of nowhere! Just onto the back, Ryzel with Wind of Nature, Clutch still able to survive as Pi pops into Black Dragon form. Meanwhile, Udil and Skylar in a 1v1. That's going to be the winner truncheon, but Vin Albert will be able to circle around Udil, and that's a killing spree for Skylar. RRQ have won. They've taken the dub in this fight, despite not having their mid laner.
Look at the gold lead. It's a gold lead for Alter Ego Esports. RRQ has been doing it for years, man. Doesn't matter how many gold you have, but Albert is still going in. Kids might be in trouble.
Shadow kill over. That's the penetration dealing its work. RRQ with another pickup, and now to the jungler. It's all but done for the Lord. There is no source for Alter Ego to play with to contest this, and it will just be conceded. Finally, the gold lead goes over. Like you mentioned, it seems like the gold lead was just on Alter Ego for the whole game, but RRQ makes it look like it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, definitely, but RRQ right now, they have the high ground. Meanwhile, Alter Ego Esports, what they can do with the Kadena when the Lord is just knocking on the door. Now, you can't really do anything. You have to find the perfect flank to be able to actually get someone. It's gonna be really hard for Alter Ego to defend this Lord.
Rossi has done it once, he can do it again, and for Alter Ego, they have the damage possible to clear out that Lord really, really fast. But RRQ is using all the ways very, very efficiently. This is where they usually belong. In the, looking for the kill, trying to crack open a base, and with the high ground advantage here, it's gonna be a tough spot for Alter Ego for sure. They have to try and play this without any mistakes at all. That fight RRQ got was valuable, but it came off the back of almost every single battle spell being used, so that is what it cost for them to get a winning fight. They picked the exact right moment for it. We'll see if they can find something of a similar nature right here.
Lord is going to be able to march down in the base turret down below, taking it down with a Feather Airstrike to support it. Play. Able to dish out just a bit of damage onto Kids, some poke. Rossi though, you can hear the crowd. He goes for the conceal. Skylar gets caught, but the dash is there! Oh my god, it could not have been worse for Rossi. Clay is now running Rossi down with the team. Rossi, where are you gonna go? The Breath of the Ocean actually is able to connect. He doesn't have the rough waves to burst him down, though. Rossi is running for the hills. Ha! That's the sticker, and ha back from Albert is the answer.
You know what? That's a swag play. I don't care if he dies. I don't care if he does. He dies. He put a lot of time, and I mean a lot of time for Alter Ego Esports to clear down the top lane, and that's more pressure relief for Alter Ego.
If you take a look at the items here at the 21st minute of the game, almost everyone is at a full item slot. The roamers here, one more item to go, but Kids is still able to get that buff at what cost?
Finn is Grok. He is Grok. He is him, bro. Every single time these wild charges just come out of nowhere. It is a wild charge, literally. As Albert pops into Quad Shadow, now into the midst, and the Shadow Kill too to bait out the Wind of Nature. Ryzel has the Immortality. Udil will be able to pop the Black Shoes back to get the sustain that he needs. But RRQ have cracked 2 base turrets now, and the last one is at half HP.
You know what? Fun fact. Grok's voice line really matches Vince's demeanor. Welcome to my castle, my friend. This is the kingdom that RRQ has, and this is their castle.
That's the castle. Where they always find their comfort zone. And with a 4K gold lead, of course in the late game, it doesn't matter as much. Udil now has a glowing wand, so RRQ needs to be a bit more careful with that burn, just in case it just has unforeseen consequences. But with 6 seconds to go for the Lord, Kids will only just be arriving back onto the Land of Dawn. This is a chance for RRQ to yet again go for the pickoffs. And honestly, when it comes to how creative you are in finding those pickoffs, I think RRQ is definitely not on top, if not #1 for that department. At any point, you just never know when it's going to come from.
Yeah, but the other side has Katira, which has been doing pretty good job so far. One thing I want to point out, there has been a lot of kind of pseudo pressure that Rossi has. When he's not around the map, RRQ doesn't want to go in. As you can see earlier in the Lord fight, they're very, very scared to commit, and Rossi just gets spotted right now.
He got spotted by the purple buff, unfortunately, losing out on the chance for a pickup. And now without the buff, I was wondering, were they just leaving the buff up to try and bait someone? Because that is something that RRQ would definitely do. And now Lemon goes in right here. Kids is the main target. Better Ashak has been used as well, though. And they do not find anything for it. Unless Skylar.
Well, he wants it. He wants it. He was not. He doesn't want it. No, he just backs off. He knows that the Lord has been taken very low. Rossi finally with a conceal here, but it's a bit too late. It's a 6,000 gold lead that has been built up by RRQ. They stole it away from Alter Ego. And now, the gold lead, you can feel it, right? You maybe couldn't feel it when Alter Ego had it, but when RRQ has it, you really feel it.
And Skylar already full bit, already bought the potion. Doesn't want to go, maybe he has just enough gold for item switch so far, I don't know. Another potion from Albert right on cue. And they're gonna go for this fight with the Lord.
They want to go for the tower and top side, and they have the high ground to make it work. As long as their main carries don't get jumped on by Pi, by Rossi.
Watch out for Vin.
This seems to be a
good wall delay. Lemon with a taunt onto 2 members, but will be treaded down. That's the Immortality popped in as a Black Dragon form by Pi. Will be popped in onto Skylar. That's the Petrify, not connecting just yet. Skylar's staying, but Escape Albert comes in like the assassin he truly is.
Oh
Rossi!
my goodness.
Finally gets the shutdown that he was looking for. And that was a classy move.
Wow, they definitely proved me wrong. Like I thought, like it's a Katira, you know, like there's not much high ground you can offer. Like, but they have the carry, they have a lot of things that can feel for this guy. But RRQ, I feel like Vin is just too stuck on the idea that I have to use the surprise mechanic that I have, but he doesn't feel for his teammates. He has the flicker, he has the wild charge, but he's stuck on that idea.
Well, keep in mind that there were 2 engagements right there. Lemon initially was not part of the fight. He lost his Immortal in that team fight, trying to just initiate and buy some time. Let's take a look at the instant replay by the Samsung Galaxy S series. Initially, as you can see, Ryzel and Rossi were zoned away by Lemon, and he is no longer part of this fight. It's effectively a 3v4 at this point, and this play by Rossi to just catch Albert when he was backing away is just so valuable. And now it's back to the Lord waiting game, but it's 70 seconds away. And in that time, both these teams, RRQ with the macro surprise pick and Alter Ego with the 2 Petrifies with the more aggressive burst damage potential. This is quite even in a way, and this is why it's just so dangerous for both these teams playing it kind of safe right now.
a good macro decision for Vin. I think his shot called that. He always goes around Skylar like, hey, I want to go into this bush. Let me check it. I want to go into that bush. Let me check it too. Skylar doesn't really have anything that can kind of counter all the magic damage, even though, well, oh, he actually doesn't have Athena shield. That's a faulty
Doesn't even have
multiplayer.
boots.
Yeah. My goodness.
He's full damage. He's a full damage Skylar. You might as well call him DPS Skylar, right? Because look at this. Corrosive Sight, DHS, Windtalker. It's literally just all built to go in. He is waiting for that moment. At this point, he needs to come in like an assassin. He cannot be the man that's helping to deal damage in the front, but maybe he just wants to, right? Just pounces in
man.
against Rizal. This guy can deal true damage to you, you know? You don't really have any thing to kind of counter Rizal, but Skylar is feeling it. He's confident right now.
As far as burst damage is concerned, yes, the Blazing Duet is gonna give Skylar an advantage in the 1v1, but like you mentioned, having a Wind of Nature, and even early on, in that short trade, you do see the amount of damage that Rizal can bring to the table, so RRQ is definitely playing it very, very careful, and now with the Lord up, this is now the do or die play. Alter Ego still sending 2 members in the bot side. He don't know it. You're trying to find like a very crafty play and catch RRQ off guard, but with the wave control, RRQ is playing this macro game so well.
I don't know what they saw to Rico. Because I think RRQ already read that. They tried to get close to your grid up the tilt.
They do. Kids. That's the damage. That's why you go 6-item damage, but that's the back line. Clay Winter Truncheon Clutch.
Immortality.
O'Neal's right there, and Immortality was bought just in time, but Clay will finally fall to the hands of Kids with a Decimate. Now it's the back line. The other one, Pi with a Furious Dive, able to knock Skylar up, but now when the Petrify is used defensively, the Immortality has been bought. Pi not going to be able to actually switch the items right now, as that's going to be Kids jumping back in. Skylar going back with a BMI. Lemon flickering forward, but not able to find the finish off onto Pi. The Shadow Kill onto Rossi finds its mark. The Winter Truncheon by Kids, bought just in time, and Lemon is going to be outplayed. Rizal comes just in time. Meanwhile, Udil is going to fall. His immortality will not matter because the wild charge was timed to perfection. Rizal trying to make the play. Rizal! Godlike for the rookie in this game. Finn trying to look for compensation with the help of Skylar as well. Rizal, can he do this? That's the Wind of Nature, and that means no, he won't.
My goodness, it's a 3-for-3 so far, but Alter Ego has the jungler, and this is the perfect time for them to try to get the Lord. There's not much burst that RQ has. They only have Skylar and Vin. I don't think that's enough trouble for them to deal with, but only Kids and Fight 2. I forgot to say to see that. What's going on?
Gold Inner is not available for Alter Ego. They might just go for it. Watch out for the flank though. All Kids and Pi trying their best to try and make this work.
Yeah, no defensive items. You gotta be really careful here. Skylar jumps back out of BMI. The Black Dragon form has been baited out. Now Clay is marching, walking all the way back to the enemy base, knowing that Rossi is 7 seconds from respawning. They need to utilize this timing right now. Skid's gonna be taken low and taken down. Pi is the only member left now with Rossi to defend. Pi versus the world, Fender airstrike blocking his HP for Skylar. Dodging away, getting the immortality, petrified, but it will not matter. It will still be a 2-0 for RRQ.
Another W for the Kings of Kings. Presented to you by all the players from RRQ, but oh my goodness, I really didn't expect it. 0-2 for RRQ. I mean, like the